Well, hey folks, Mike Lyon here with homebuilders.com, and we are coming to you from the International Builder Show, and I've got a very special guest. I've got Kevin Oakley with Heartland Homes. Kevin, thanks for doing this.
Absolutely, Mike.
Hey, so while he was here, I wanted to grab him and ask some questions. Did a great presentation yesterday, and one of the things that he said was, next year we're going to spend, what, 46%?
46%, yeah.
46% of their marketing budget is going to be dedicated to online. So even me, the big guy who pushes online everywhere, I was like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. So tell us what you're going to be doing and why. And tell us why that budget's so big.
It is a lot of money, but now that we have an online sales counselor, an online sales process, and we know that we're converting people from our website properly. So we know that leads are going to be coming in, and we're going to handle them the right way, and we're going to convert them to appointments that are going to be converted to sales, right now about 30% of the time. So now that we know the funnel works, it's all about getting more people in that funnel, and so we're going to up spending in places like New Home Source and New Home Feed, other online sites to get that traffic up as high as possible because it's the best return on the dollar.
Yeah, absolutely.
But 46% just on banner ads and advertising would be ridiculous, I admit that. So, you know, the other thing that I really think the name of the game is about content, because everyone's playing catch up. You know, we all watch what other builders are doing in the industry. So everyone else, if they don't already, they're going to have an online sales counselor, they're going to have an online sales process. So it's about SEO and people finding you first and being relevant to what they're looking for. And so we have a full-time social media and online content creator, Sam Jackson, and his full-time job is to look at Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all those places, follow them, communicate with people, but also create content. So buyer's guides.
Right.
You know, working with our vendors like PPG to say what are the new color trends for the next year. You know, some of the biggest interactions that we get is on the design front and color front of the spectrum. So
basically you're pulling in all that content that people want in the sales process, and that's going to happen anyway, and you're converting it to online. And one of the great things that we saw earlier, you saw that little clip at the beginning that we set up, is interviewing these vendors while they're here, and I thought that was great because we were talking about that, what, was it last year?
Yeah, a year or two ago,
yeah,
I think.
We were talking about where are all the vendors, why aren't builders here shooting them, and you actually executed on that year, and that was an example that we saw earlier. So talk about what you're doing there.
Well, the key thing is, you know, a lot of the companies we do business with, like Anderson and Kohler, their websites are geared primarily as B2B websites. So they're geared towards trying to sell builders, remodelers, and tradespeople to buy their product, not the end consumer. And so, you know, what we're telling them is, hey, you know, Anderson, we love your brand, Kohler, we love your brand, but there's not enough B2C messaging on your website. So we're trying to fill that gap by using some of the cool setups and kiosks that they have here that we couldn't fit in a model home.
Right.
And take an HD camera and a mic and capture it and throw it on the web.
And it's great because, I mean, everything's here. They're spending millions of dollars on these booths. It looks great. They're all in one place, and you guys have actually done it. So I think that's phenomenal. You know, great ideas, obviously, content creation. And we've talked about that forever. On the social media side, content is king. So you guys are really taking it next level. And you had a great year last year. Your online sales counselor started off great this year.
Yeah.
So tell us for 2011, this next year, what's one tip you would give to builders out there? What would you say, hey, if you do anything, start with this for sure?
Okay, this is a little different track, but I would say...
No, you have to answer the question exactly.
No, I'm answering the question exactly, but we're not going to talk about advertising or marketing. I think the number one thing that any builder can do right now is to continue to focus on the customers you have. So, you know, in our market, Pittsburgh, it's not a 6 or 7 degrees of separation. It's a 2 or a 3. Everybody knows everybody.
Small town, yeah.
Small town USA.
Yeah.
So take care of your current customers, make that experience as incredible as possible, and find ways to let them spread your message uniquely. You know, Ideal and us, we both do the cupcake things that we borrow from them, giving homeowners cupcakes, throwing them housewarming parties. You know, if they give you all perfect ratings on their survey, why not call them up and say, hey, we're going to throw $1,000 towards a caterer, or $500 towards a caterer. You invite all your friends, come hang out in your house, and you know that way you're not just getting people coming through a model, but they're going to have an emotional experience.
Well, and I think that's good. I mean, this is a great tip, even though it's a low-tech tip. No offense to anybody who's looking for a high-tech tip. It's low-tech, but with social media and, you know, the 150 friends they have on Facebook, what are they going to do when they get the cupcake or when they get the party? I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great tip. Thanks for your time, and have fun at the show. You've been having fun?
Yeah, it's been a blast. Best show
I heard you in a limousine with a fireplace.
A fireplace and a fish tank. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's going to make the cut or not, but
oh, it's making the cut.
Yeah.
Homebuilders.com,
Thank
folks.
you, Marty Gillespie.
Hey, thanks everybody tuning in. Homebuilders.com, 5 minutes here with Kevin Oakley from Heartland Homes. Go check them out online. Your address is?
HeartlandCustomHomes.com.
Excellent. Thanks, Kevin.
Yep.